Hi Bowl Bakers! A few years ago I showed you how you can make amazing ice cream without the need for an ice cream machine. All you have to have is an electric mixer. Now it doesn't get much easier than that, right? Wrong. I am going to show you how you can make homemade ice cream and all you need is a jar. That is it. Now stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm going to show you how you can make that ice cream into loads more flavors. And I want to give a shout out to Kevin, who is behind the camera, and then little baby George, who is hanging out on set.
So Jim, where do we start?
Okay, first things first, let's talk jar. Now all you need is a 12-ounce jar. This is really standard. As you can see, mine has been used a few times. I'm going to put a link on my website of where you can actually get these as well, along with the recipe. Now what you want to do is before you make your ice cream, pop this into the fridge for around 30 minutes and let it get nice and cold. That's really important. So just so you know, you need a jar to make this ice cream. If you try and do it in a plastic tub or Tupperware, the ice cream will come out the sides. You need something that is going to seal really tight, so a jar is best. Now, let's talk cream. We want a heavy whipping cream here. You want something that is around 36% fat content, and you can see that on the container. You want something that is going to whip up really well, just like we do in our original ice cream flavor. So now I'm going to pour my cold cream into my jar. So just so you know, there is no substitute for fresh dairy cream. You need this ingredient to make the ice cream. Okay, now next up is condensed milk. Now this is liquid sugar that we add to our ice cream to make it really scoopable and a little bit sweet. So here's the thing, if you don't have sweetened condensed milk in your country, you can always make it, and I've got a recipe on biggerbolderbaking.com, super easy. All it is a little bit of milk and sugar, simmered down, and you get this lovely syrup. This is also a very important ingredient in the ice cream. So just go ahead and add that into your cream. So now just give these two ingredients a nice mix together, just to make sure that the sugar doesn't sink all the way to the bottom. I want to make sure they're nice and mixed.
I think George is trying to help out a little bit.
I think baby George is going to like this ice cream in 2 to 3 months because you can't have ice cream yet. There we go. Lovely. So now just screw on the lid nice and tight. Remember, we don't want that ice cream coming out. So now we're just going to shake this for a few minutes. Because our jar was cold and our ingredients are cold, it's actually going to whip up much faster. But what you're looking for, or what you're listening for, is right now it's really liquidy. In a few minutes, it won't sound as liquidy, and you can tell that it's thickened in the jar, and that's what we're going for, a thick mixture. So set your timer because you're going to be doing this for a while.
I think it sounds like George might be ready for a nap.
It sounds like George is not into this. It sounds like George is ready for another nap. Georgie, if you stay awake, you get ice cream. So you're talking around like maybe 5 to 6, even 7 minutes. But what we're really going for is, you hear the way it's really liquidy? We're gonna keep on shaking it until it doesn't sound as liquidy. You can tell in the jar that it's actually thickened up a lot.
Jen, this looks like it's a real workout.
It's a workout. So what we're doing here is actually kind of like whipping the ice cream mixture, incorporating air by shaking it. So leaving out the need for it to be churned. So let me just address one thing. Can you over shake this? And yes, you can. If you shook it for like 10 minutes, you can absolutely split your ice cream, and you don't want that because unfortunately there's no going back from that. So if you want to, just take off the lid, have a little look and see, but just don't shake it until it almost splits.
Jem, I see you have a single hand technique there. I wonder if people are going to have different techniques.
I think you have to. I think the secret is to change it from hand to hand.
Like you're making cocktails.
Like you're making cocktails. Kevin, I think I'm almost done. Do you hear the way you can't hear it? So you can't really hear it whipping now. See? Hear a tiny bit. Let's have a little look. Yeah, there you go. That's what you want. Thick, billowy ice cream. Look at that. You don't want it, if it's still a little bit thin, keep on shaking it. But this took me probably around 5 minutes, Kevin, right?
Not too long?
Yeah, there you go. Nice and thick, beautiful. So what you have here is a blank canvas to make any flavor of ice cream your heart desires. But I'm going to tell you how to make 3 of the most popular flavors of ice cream. For vanilla, we're going to add in some vanilla extract and a little bit of vanilla bean paste. And then just give that a big stir up. For strawberry, we're going to add in a few tablespoons of pureed strawberry with some sugar and just give that a big stir in. And of course, let's not forget chocolate. Add in a little bit of cooled melted chocolate and give it a nice stir up. So now we have some fun flavors. Let's talk freezing. I don't want you to freeze these in a glass jar. So you can put it into Tupperware or you can put it into these ice cream containers, and I'll put a link on my website for these. You want to freeze your ice cream for around 6 to 7 hours and then it's ready to enjoy. Best of all, it'll keep in your freezer for up to 8 weeks, and that's if it lasts that long. So I couldn't wait to taste my ice cream, so I made a little bit in advance. Oh my gosh. It just blows my mind that with a few simple ingredients, you can make this incredible, rich, creamy, sweet, soft ice cream. It's absolutely delicious. And you can make any flavor that you want. Kevin, you could even make a peanut butter flavor.
Oh, chocolate and peanut butter.
So here's the thing, I've got loads more ice cream videos with 50 more flavors. So watch those, get inspiration for what flavor you want to make, grab a jar and head into the kitchen. I can't wait to see what you come up with.